This is Niharika calling. I am the part of administration development from Haldari Technologies Private Limited. This evening we have KV Dialogue 6. To begin with, welcome you all the moderators, panelists and all attendees. Haldari Technologies Private Limited was founded by Sri Lakshman Kanikanti. Let's take this opportunity to introduce our moderator of the day, Dr. Kishore ATSO, an ex-Indian Air Force officer. He comes with enormous experience in telecommunications and aeronautical engineering. He contributed to the development of Bureau of Indian Standard document for training of agriculture uses UAV, and it's now maintained by Manak database by Government of India. One of the panelists, the first speaker is Kishore sir, college fraternity junior, and both our moderators. And Dr. Rajinikanth sir studied at the Silver Jubilee College, Kannur. Let us start today's session. You will listen to Dr. Kishore sir and his team. Today, this floor is yours, Dr. Kishore sir, and the panel. You please continue the show.
Thank you, Niharika. Okay, a warm welcome to KhetiValah's dialogue number 6. So this is the 6th instance of the dialogue, and KhetiValah has been interacting with a lot of intellectuals on the core subject matter of agriculture, because everyone needs food. And this is India had been an agrarian nation. Even today, more than 50% of the Indians depend directly or indirectly on this domain. So it's also whole world is in need of food, and so there is a potential crisis which we all need to work to avert. That is a food crisis. There is also a global crisis, so we all need to mitigate the dangers of global warming and international disturbance to ensure food for everyone, for not only now but for the future. So KhetiValah is an initiative by Haldari Technologies Private Limited. It has presence all across India. We just mentioned Bangalore, Hyderabad. We are also very active in other cities. Like recently, we went to Dharwad, and we were in Pune, and we are talking to people in Delhi. So we want to embrace all the people connected to the agriculture and take this forward. Now, we want to focus on farmer and their welfare. And so that's the reason why the name is KhetiValah. And so let me just introduce who we are. It's one of a kind agri app that empowers farmers with the right guidance and give financial assistance from visionary investors. We call them niveshaks, and passionate about farming. Those may be living in abroad or in urban, and they like rural. So the welfare of the farmer is very vital, and to ensure that they continue to serve society. So as a gesture of gratitude to the farmers who tirelessly work and give us food, we launched the KhetiValah, and it's a very farmer-friendly Android and Apple iOS app that supports farmers' journey to progress. It's very easy to install from Google Play Store. I installed it myself in 1 minute, and you all can do it. What we do is, it is designed as a one-stop solution for farmers seeking financial assistance, advisory services, updates, and market linkage. And we help by connecting with the right niveshaks, help the farmers with the knowledge and share their views in this platform, and do support with the agriculture manufacturers, their assistance to sell their products to the farmers, and also connect the market so that farmers can sell their produce. So it's a holistic system. How we achieve this is Giving back to the farming community is our central objective because they are doing a lot for our food. Our farming features and activities are streamlined as KhetiValah Anusandhan, where we connect with people who are contributing to the agriculture industry. Kheti Kalyan, where we want welfare of the farmers, where Niveshaks and farmers meet. KhetiValah, Kheti Kalyan, and KhetiValah Mandal Kendras. We are going into entire India, and India is divided into several states, and every state has something like a Panchayat Raj. So mandals are certain units like the blocks, and the KhetiValah Mandal Kendras, we are focused on them. And KhetiValah magazine, and where we publish research findings and something that helps the farmer and those in the agricultural studies and research. And I have read all the magazines that every month we publish. KhetiValah YouTube channel, recently last episode, KhetiValah 5, you can see them and other things too. So we have Anusandhan. This is an event which we hold regularly, focusing on connecting those who care about farming as much as we are focused upon. So connecting farmers with investors, collaboration with agriculture stakeholders, explore new avenues in sustainable farming practices, and do some crop improvement techniques and technology integrations. We have Kheti Kalyan, where we connect a platform for farmers and Niveshaks. And KhetiValah conducts the Kheti Kalyan event that brings together selected farmers and Niveshaks in one stage. And selected farmers get financial assistance from investors. Now, what we are doing is KhetiValah Dialogue number 6. So the dialogues are regularly held online and offline, and with an expert panel like what we have today. 3 great learned scholars are with us. Thankful for them to have spared their time. They have a deep understanding and expertise in agriculture. We conduct these things. They provide valuable insights on various aspects of agriculture. These sessions are trending topics and challenges. We focused earlier on UAVs and UGVs in the last episode, and talks by subject matter experts. Last episode, we had Dr. Sumita Mishra and Dr. Gayatri Fade. And today we have 3 panelists. I'll mention their details. So inspiring accountability and innovation, and specialists from agricultural companies and professionals and farmers. We do dialogues with in collaboration and gathering crucial feedback, which will help in promoting the cause of agriculture. As I mentioned, Mandal Kendras, KhetiValah endeavors to enhance smart farming through efficient machines. And this is facilitated through KhetiValah Mandal Kendras, which will provide machinery based on the crop grown in a particular area, from crop drones to monitor drones, and professional farming advice, inspiring accountability and innovation amongst the farming community, guidance on effective farming methods, and convenient input sales for all the agriculture supplies, financial and marketing guidance, supply of high quality seeds and pesticides to Indian farmers. As I mentioned, magazine, a space where farmers and investors come together, exchange ideas, and inspire one another to shape a brighter future for agriculture. So if you are not already subscribing to it, I encourage you to subscribe and recommend it to the nearest libraries you are connected with. So here we have inspiring stories about farmers glimpses into innovative agricultural practices, updates on drone developments and pesticides. I am a drone pilot myself, certified, and guidance on effective farming methods, entrepreneur endeavors that revolutionize farming sector, information and machine usage, technical specifications and finance options, and subsidy revolutionize. So we want to help farmers to make best use of all the ecosystem privileges that they sometimes miss. One of the magazines, you can see the Japanese word ikigai. KhetiValah YouTube channel. It's a 24/7 agri news, and soon we are going to embellish with lots of information. Look around for that very soon. We explored the features, benefits, and proper utilization of agricultural equipments. We gain valuable insights from interviews and industry experts, discover cutting-edge technologies and practices that are revolutionizing the agriculture sector, and we provide technical information. Now, KhetiValah, it's a platform to farmers to sell their agricultural produce. It bridges the gap between farmers and consumers, and it simplifies the sales process, ensures very fair margin, and boosts profitability. And we have Kheti Kosha. In English, it is a bank of land, nurturing the farms and cultivating prosperity. So basically, I mentioned that our magazine has done research. So 179.9 hectares of land, millions of hectares India has. And Kheti Kosha takes some of that Indian land and then optimizes the return on the investment for the benefit of everybody. It helps landowners and lease their land, wherein landless and small marginal farmers can practice farming, and it ensures a reliable stream of income to landowners as well as farmers. It's a win-win for everyone. Now let us come to the topic of the day. Today we are going to have focus on eco-sustainable products in agriculture. As I mentioned, by very near future, let's say 6.5 years, we expect to cross 9 billion population. We are already around 8+. And climate change is going to be a major challenge. And there are also international conflicts ongoing. And food crisis is no longer a hypothesis, it's a reality. And we need to solve it. As I mentioned, KhetiValah did a research and we found 179.9 million hectares of cultivable land is there. Are we doing right things, and are we doing things right? These things we need to review, and then KhetiValah would try to fix those challenges. Today's topic, besides focus on millets, we will predominantly talk about biopesticides and some traps, which are biological traps. Simple example for those who are not into the technical jargon of the trap is something like in our home, we keep something like a rat for trapping a rat. Similar things are done, but not wasting a lot of chemicals and then polluting. So this is the intelligent way of insect trapping, which Dr. Arthi will elaborate. In this, we have a wonderful opportunity as attendee to connect with the pioneers in the research area. Both of them are doctors, initial 2 speakers. And the 3rd speaker is a pioneer in starting a lot of organizations. You will get to know about him too. So this is today's dialogue. Biopesticides and current trends of sustainable agriculture, and may I add millets also. That is International Year of the Millet, so let's not forget that too. So first panelist is Dr. Rajinikanth. He's a senior scientist and deputy manager of Kaveri Microtech Private Limited, Research and Development Center, Secunderabad. He's expert in biopesticides and very passionate in various agri-innovations, including but not limited to healthy alternatives in agri and food, such as millets in case of food. And in this international era of millets, good to hear from him about millets too, besides biopesticides. He is a merit student since childhood with scholarships for academic excellence. Dr. Arthi, she is a senior scientist and deputy manager, Kaveri Microtech, Research and Development Center, Secunderabad, Telangana. She is an ardent advocate of intelligent techniques to pesticide issues, providing, like the previous speaker, like Dr. Rajinikanth, she will also add value to the less chemically polluting approaches to insect problems. She's a very good at certain biological traps, which essentially kill the insects by luring them to more than one way that she will explain clearly. A simplest example is how we do a rat trap. All of us have seen that. So with this, I would appeal or request all the panelists to speak for about 20 minutes maximum and another 15 minutes for question answers. So we will overshoot 1 hour because we have 3 speakers today, but we will try to convey our essential topic in about 20 minutes total, each contributor. Thanks a lot, and then back to the panel. I'm going to stop my presentation here. Yes, so the first panelist, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Kishore sir. So good evening all. I'm Dr. Rajinikanth. So as Kishore sir given wonderful introduction about KhetiValah. So it is very nice, sir, to see all the objective and mandate what you are having and vision on farmers. Actually, coming future definitely it is required. So as Indian farmers has to grow means some improvement should be there means, so some backups, so someone has to push them. So this will help definitely farmers to go ahead. So to have all the opportunities, what are the opportunities they can get? So it will make them to practice good agricultural activities like all good crops selection and different activities, and how we can use the facilities, which is most of the farmers, they don't know what is how they can get financing, how they can approach the people where what products are available related to agriculture. So this is one platform what you mentioned is rightly said. So definitely it will help, and so not only it is like win-win situation as you mentioned. So definitely farmers hope definitely they will having a good future by using this KhetiValah opportunities. So with this, I'm going to start my presentation, sir. I won't take much time. As given introduction already by Kishore sir, so I am a specialist in biopesticides especially. So I did almost my PhD in Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bangalore, about 10 years. So I used to meet many farmers. So where organic farming, so-called natural farming. So what is required in India? So definitely there is a requirement. So organic farming, because as you all know, these chemical pesticides eradicated all natural flora. So natural flora means useful microbes are eradicated by application of number of chemical pesticides. So after Green Revolution, or after our freedom, so when this Green Revolution is completed, so we farmer, as we are farmers, so we habited with the all fertilizers, chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides. So these things, what is happened, so which is given more yield, but also it is eradicated all good microbial flora. So now this we have to take it back and we have to reintroduce our microbes. Actually, I will take it very simply. So I don't go very technically inside because everyone has they have to understand. So I will go very simply. What are biopesticides? So biopesticides requirement is there. So what this can do? So biopesticides which are eco-friendly. So in this there is no any chemical inputs. So generally what we are seeing outside is all the farmers practiced only 90% of pesticides. So which we have to make it less. We have to incorporate only biologicals. So over a period we have to use, and even if you are taking all these biopesticides are eco-friendly. So what is containing is only microbials. So which are even biochemical pesticides, which is called pheromones, and other plant incorporated protectants it is called. So as per US Environmental Protection Agency, so these are the different means, but what is biopesticides is broad. So it is a eco-friendly microbes, or it is a biological inputs. So which won't cause any harms to the soil and even your plants and environment and water. So any agriculture, so which are very, very important. Soil is very important, your water is important, environment you are important, and your plant crops. So which is the way these biopesticides. So these biopesticides are earlier it was there in our forefathers. They are practicing only farming available inputs, means they are using only farmyard manure. They are using only any organic inputs like neem cake. So they used to do their own neem cake and pongamiya. So like this, all organic inputs like plant extracts they are using. So there is no any pesticides. So when farmer is starting pesticides using all these chemicals, so all the beneficial microflora is eradicated. So now we are introducing these biopesticides back to the our soil. So if you are seeing these chemical pesticides, we are using, as we are Indians, only very little pesticides we are using. If you are seeing here 570 gram per hectare we are using, whereas in other countries like Thailand, Japan, Germany and all, they are using minimum about 11 kg, 17 kg, all different, about more than kgs they are using, but they are using very systematically. But our Indian farmers, they are using pesticides in low, but which are indiscriminate. So there is no proper quality maintenance, and chemicals are causing very cancerous, even this carcinogenic, all most of the chemicals, so which are banning by central government of India also, which most of the technical person they are aware. So these biopesticides, so generally we are having different major leaders. So if you are seeing, so biopesticides in India, there are mostly 5 top companies. They are very, actually they are doing very good job. So these biopesticides producing mainly by Coromandel and Grotech Agri-Sciences and Gujarat State Fertilizers and IPL Biological Limited and T-Stens and Company Limited. So among these 5 companies, actually I was working in T-Stens and Company Limited about 5 years as a senior biotechnologist. So these are the companies, actually they are contributing a lot to the country, and even they are exporting also. So mainly these biopesticides we are taking, we can categorize into 3 main functions, like based on which living organisms, that is natural or enemies and natural invertebrates. So even microbes also. So if you are seeing even other way, even chemicals it is called, so which is pheromone traps. This will be explained by Dr. Arthi after my presentation. And another one is genetically modified, means like if you are taking any plant incorporated. So that is called your, so these are the 3 different actually categories we can see in biopesticides. So that is based on microbes and even chemicals. And another category is genetically modified, like BT cotton, and which is incorporated with the genes which are responsible for controlling pests or any diseases. This is called genetically modified seeds or any microbes if you are giving, that is called genetically modified. So in 3 ways biopesticides we can apply in different crops. So These biopesticides, there is a registration and controlling agency that is called CAB, Central Insecticide Board. So, which is a act called 1968 introduced. So, about 227 different pesticides, biopesticides are so far it is registered under CAB. So, in this, 15 are different categories of neem-based and Trichoderma, Pseudomonas, Bacillus, Paecilomyces. These are the technical names of the microbes. So Trichoderma viridae, so it is an antagonistic fungus. So most of the root diseases. So what are the causes? It's Fusarium, Verticillium. So all different diseases which will cause by all different pathogenic fungi. So this is okay. These biopesticides like Trichoderma viridae and do wonderful job in crops in different like agriculture and horticultural crops. So where you can see its effect in the rhizosphere when we apply this is plant root pathogens. So this due to network. So Trichoderma, what is this pathogen means? What are the plant pathogens are there? Like Fusarium, it is a very dangerous pathogen actually in horticulture and agricultural crops. Wherever you can see Fusarium wilt commonly you can observe. So this you can see in the plate, which is showing like antagonistic activity. So antagonistic activity means it is a natural pathogenic activity. So all biologicals which are specifically control the pathogen. So we can test in the laboratory. So that can be controlled whether pathogen or not, we can confirm. You can see in this video also. So it is microscopically, it is recorded. So right side, it is growing like this is a Trichoderma, and the left side, it is, you can see it is a pathogen. So over a period after growing, is Trichoderma is killing this pathogen. So it will dissolve all the plant, means what are the pathogen cells are there. Now you can see red mark it is showing. So it is dissolved. Dissolved means whatever the pathogen is there, it is get killed by this application of Trichoderma. So it is showing like parasitism. So it will is called is since it is fungus. So it will show antifungal activity. So we can see some of the field trials. These biopesticides, how it is works. So all over India in different universities, they are conducting trials. So likewise, this Trichoderma viridae, how it is controlling in plants different like tomato, in root wilts. So we can see here they have done in like TNAU, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. We conducted some trials. So how this treated Trichoderma, they can do like seed treatment and seedling dip and field applications. So when they are applied this like a seed treatment like 5 ml or 5 gram per kg, and even field application, they are given like 5 ml per liter. So when they applied, this is shown wonderful results. So here all root diseases in tomato, it is controlled. So even if you see the yield also, it is increased. So about 35% yield also it is increased per hectare. So you can see the disease incidence. So like this, all Trichoderma and even the Pseudomonas, next to upcoming Bacillus, all different biological agents which is having even compatibility also. You can see here Trichoderma viridae is having compatibility like mancozeb, carbendazim and copper oxychloride. Some of the which are commonly used given chemicals also they can combine, because organic farming or natural farming one at a time we cannot practice, because over a period already we are using all chemical inputs. So we have to slowly, gradually we have to decrease. So then we can able to this technology, because if you are seeing, so one at a time, even we are using medicines, will say, cannot come directly to like homeopathy or any Ayurvedic medicine practices. We cannot do one at a time. So periodically we have to bring down physical inputs and we have to increase our organic inputs. This is the way we have to practice our organic farming. So if you see here Pseudomonas, this is also another pesticide which will control all bacterial wilts. And if you see in laboratory how it will control different pathogens like Fusarium and Albuminaria, macrophomia, a botrytis disease called. So most of the bacterial and fungal disease will be controlled by the application of Pseudomonas fluorescens. And we have to conducted some field trials, same in TNAU. So rice blast disease, it is controlled by using 6 liter per hectare. So here also we can see the rice wilt, this is how it is controlled and how much disease percentage it is, we can see by application of this Pseudomonas fluorescens. And Bacillus subtilis, this is also another wonderful biological agent, so which will control the Sigatoka disease. So Sigatoka is a very serious disease in banana. So not only this fungal Sigatoka disease, also it is controlled gray mold and even bacterial leaf spot and even rice rust disease. So different rust diseases will be controlled by application of Bacillus subtilis. So all these biopesticides with the all field data. So like in different universities, we conducted trials and all biopesticides we have data, and you can see here biofertilizers. So even biopesticides and biofertilizer, these are the brothers and sisters. So these biofertilizers will does the job not only giving the nitrogen efficiency utilization and phosphorus and potash. So it also enhance the plant growth promotion and other activities like residual effect control, and it can also replace about 40% chemical fertilizers. If you are using biofertilizers, we can control, means we can reduce the use of chemical fertilizers up to 40%. This is the beauty of biological control agents. So if you are seeing Government of India in different sectors, like through the Department of Horticulture, Department of Agriculture, and there are central government schemes and ICR, and even Department of Biotechnology, Department of Science, different schemes and biofertilizers, government also, they are making awareness and they are creating more awareness among the farmers. If you are seeing biopesticides market, so it is a very big market, and I hope it is a growth increasing like year by year. So far it is only about 10 to 12% only is occupied out of 100%. There is a, if you are seeing 2022 and 2029, so far it is only about 69.62 million USD only. Now it is up to 2022. There is a biopesticide sales in the market. If still we can see up to 2029, 130.37 million USD of scope is there about biopesticide sales, because India only about now 10 to 12% occupied. So if you are seeing here exactly 69.62 million US dollars happening so far 2022. So it is increasing every year by year. So there are many different biological control laboratories and pest control laboratories which is operating by Government of India. Private sector also, they are encouraging farmers, and through state biocontrol laboratories are there. And even Central Insecticide Board also is a part of registration process. And these are the technologies are commercialized so far. So through IHR Bangalore, many technologies are giving to the Indian companies like all Pesticides, Trichoderma, Pseudomonas, and even Verticillium. These are the biopesticides it is called, and bionematicide and biofungicide, biobactericides. Even by, if you see here, Metarhizium and Bavaria and Verticillium, these are the main biopesticides, and which will control your sucking pest, whiteflies, aphids, thrips, mites, and even the hardened pest also will be controlled. Bionematicide, that is Bacillomyces lyolensis, and Trichoderma virida and Trichoderma hargenum, these are the biofungicide it is called, and Pseudomonas fluorescens, it is a biobactericide. So which are all biopesticides are available in India now. Only thing that like KhetiValah and others, they have to come front and they have to take these technologies among the farmers and among the innovators, among who is having passionate about all this agriculture, and they have to make awareness among the different sectors and groups, and they have to function among them. So mainly is my PhD on nematodes. So these are the nematodes actually which will cause huge damage. If you see in our microscope, it will visible like this. It's very small, minute. You cannot see with your naked eye. So it can be seen only under microscope. So it can see like a small worms. It is called worms also will be there. That is different. This is called plant parasitic nematodes. It is called Melanogain technically. So if you see in India, so almost more than 5,000 crores loss due to these nematodes it is causing. And most of the horticultural crops and agricultural crops which is attacked by these nematodes. If you see here in the left side, you can see all nematode galls. So after this nematode entry, so this is like needle. After entering to the root system, so next pathogens like fungal pathogens, bacterial pathogens, it will enter to the system through matrix and phloem and xylem. It will enter to the plant system and it will causes entire plant system to get wilted and stunted growth, and all the nutrients will be absorbed by the nematodes and plants will wilted and it will be collapsed. So this is the loss happening due to this nematodes in India. So as per ASCR, it is All India Coordinated Research Projects. So they are reported recently 2022, about 21% crop losses nowadays due to nematodes. So this is about 1.58 billion US dollars. So in different 19 horticultural crops is very severely it is attacking, and even it is causing in different fruit crops and vegetables like banana, tomato and banana fruit crops. So all different crops, it is causing huge losses. This can be controlled by chemicals like carbofuran and methyl bromide, but this is not a permanent solution. So we have to go with the real solution, that is our filamentous fungus, that is called Paecilomyces. So this Paecilomyces causes mode of action, how it works. It will works actually nematodes like it is a life cycle. J1, it is a like all insects life cycle it will come. So when it is in egg stage and when it will come to the like juvenile stage, from egg and juvenile stage, if we will control, so we can able to control these nematodes in field level. So we used to do all experiments in the laboratory. So these are the different plant experiments when we have done. We treated with the biopesticides in the zone. You can see here, rhizosphere means when we are treating this biopesticides, it will be colonized with all whatever plant nursery stage. We can able to see growth difference also. So nematodes can be controlled by application of these biopesticides. So once we are controlling nematodes, actually most of the farmers, they don't know what are nematodes inside the soil system, because it is invisible. It will be there in the inside the soil and root system. So the damage cannot be seen. So farmer, they should know this awareness, and they can able to control, means about 60 to 70% their crop will be healthy. And these are the different formations we used to work in my research time. So like different formation, I worked actually formations like talc and powder, liquid formations, different combinations. This is actually now CIB given approval for consortia formulation like Recoded, Pseudomonas and Paecilomyces. So this is the formulation I developed out of my PhD. So it's given some regulations. If you are giving one product, it should be having its shelf life about 12 months. So I used to work its shelf life, and up to 12 months, we got very good colonies. So we have seen even compatibility between 3 organisms. So we used to produce these organic nursery seedlings. We used to transfer to the main field. So even part experiment we used to conduct, and field experiments also we used to involve, and we have got a very good crop out of this application of biopesticides. So we used to travel different like locations for conducting this all India projects and other biological evaluations in wherever I'm going, like North India, Northeast and South India. So we have seen where these nematode problems are very common. So it is causing very alarming damage. So in even Northeast like Assam also we conducted some trials and we have got very good results after application of biopesticides. So this is actually, this is another one where in Tamil Nadu we conducted some field trials using it is a yeast. So yeast also do the job of like biopesticide. So it will control all fungal diseases. So we used to evaluate its effect in root growth and yield and its parameters. So this is a final one conclusion. So what is the requirement in coming days? So in organic cultivation in India, so how we can do? So now the adoption rate also is increased in India because everyone is coming up with organic farming. So how we can use this biopesticide in the country, how we can take it forward. So definitely there is a hope and there is a scope for this organic farming. Even according to Research Institute of Organic Agriculture, so the cultivation of this organic farming in India only about 1.8 million hectare in 2016, but it is increasing. So year by year, now it is 2.7 million hectares by 2020. So every year, the increment of organic cultivation in India, even government of India also, they are encouraging for this organic farming, like national programs in organic production, and even PKVY, that is a program, Parampagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. So all different schemes, they are encouraging farmers to adopt this organic farming. So even 2019, what the government is taken very big decision to ban all these chemical pesticides. About 18 different active chemical they are. Yes, with this actually government of India banned many different active chemical ingredients. So mainly based on agenophos and dichrotophos. So with this, I'm going to close my presentation. So mainly I'm concluding that this is actually all biopesticides and biofertilizers can be utilized by the farmers, which can be does the job of one wonderful output by application of these biopesticides in India. By this, actually, after scope of organic cultivation in India, so government of India, even they have taken step for banning about 18 different chemical pesticides, and now farmers, they can concentrate on organic farming, like organic biopesticides and biofertilizers, and this can be utilized and they have to increase the farming percentage like natural farming. So if any chemical pesticides they used to continue, so they can make it as an integrated management, like integrated disease management and integrated pest management, because it is a part of organic farming. So to continue over a period, and we can reduce the chemical inputs. So with this, I'm completing my presentation. If is there any questions, and let us discuss, and we'll go for next presentation, Dr. Aarti.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajinikanth, and it's certainly a very nice topic, and we will have another time when we can face-to-face organize that wonderful presentation for the benefit of the all attendees. So now, Dr. Arthi, floor is yours. You are the host.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. And I would like to give a small introduction about the pheromone trap technologies, how it is helpful in insect pest control, especially in horticultural crops. So this pheromone technologies, it's like attractant, like already sir told, like how the foods rats are getting attracted towards the food, like that the pest is attracted towards some certain type of chemicals. So many pests are there. So selectively we can classify the pest like sucking pest, feeding pest. In that category, fruit fly is the major pest, the sucking pest, and tuta another. This one tuta absoluta. This is the severe pest in tomato. And like feeding pest like rhino and red palm weevil. So these are the few traps I would like to introduce here. So we know before the what is our scenario. Like we know our India ranks the second largest fruit producer, followed by the China. It is reason. It's everybody will know. Like compared to the last 2 decades, our like production rate also increased, area of crop cultivation also, area also increased, and production also increased. So it is really very good. Like our production is increasing every year. We are increasing the production because to compensate our growing population, and even we are very good in export and our GDP level, everything. But what is the drawback in that. Though we are very good in production, where the losses will happen, mostly nearly 30 to 70% losses in fruit crops is mainly due to pest, especially when you are focusing on this fruit flies. This is the major menace. And we know by looking the fruits will be very, very good, like apple, guava, mango, all the things. But you can able to see once you cut and open the fruits, you can see the maggots. Outside very good. So what kind of chemicals you can spray also, we cannot able to control this type of infestation because it is present completely inside the fruit. So nearly when you are speaking, 100 different fruit flies are there, but globally they are spending more than 13 billion, billion rupees they are spending to control the fruit flies. So if we are see how the regionally we are different, like human beings are regional wise in a country they are looking different, like that even the fruit flies also very, very different in Mexican fly will be very high dominant in Mexico regions. The spotted wing Drosophila will be very dominant in European countries. Mediterranean fruit fly will be very dominant in Mediterranean, especially American regions. And in India, almost Southeast Asian countries, this Oriental fruit fly is the major one. And in Australia, Queen's fruit fly will be the major one, followed by the olive fruit fly. Even South America, this Anastrippa is the major thing. So what is the major we can able to control? So especially when you are going studying about only on India, followed by this Bactrocera dorsalis, you can see the mangoes, apples, bananas, citrus, guavas. These are the major fruits which has higher impact, completely infested by this type of fruit flies, which is giving 30 to 80% loss, which is recorded state-wise. And you can see like the infestation. This is the 4 different species. The major one is Bacteria dorsalis, which will affect all type of fruits, followed by Correcta. This also affect all the fruits, especially more in guava. And this Zonata will affect all type of fruits, but more in mango. But this is Bactrocera cucurbitae, which will be very, very infective to the cucurbit crops like gherkin, pumpkin, all snake gourd, ridge gourd, all the melon fruits and all completely infested by this Bactrocera cucurbitae. So here in South India, Bactrocera dorsalis is very, very dominant. But in Zonata, it is very dominant in North India. Whereas cucurbitae is throughout the India. This cucurbit problem will be there. So how we can control? Before the control, we should know about the life cycle. What is the life cycle? How the pest is behaving? In which way we can able to control? You can see the females which is having the sharp ovipositor, which will pierce the fruit skin. Thereby it will drops its banana shaped eggs inside the fruits. So this is the major stage where the females is injecting the eggs. So these are the eggs which is present inside the fruit. Slowly it will develop into the maggots, and after germination, completely completing its developmental stage, it will come out as a third instar final stage, and on the soil it will be like a pupae. So here is the major one which is causing the damage. But trapping the females is very, very difficult. So they have identified the female is producing some type of pheromones. So they have identified the research people, and they found the male attracting substance that is called the pheromones. So using that chemical, they are using on the trap, and they are catching the male flies. Thereby, we are not allowing the male flies to mate with the females. So this is the one. This is the technique is called MAT technique, like male annihilation. We are completely inhibiting the male population. Thereby, the females can't able to mate with the males. There is no fertilized eggs. Thereby, our fruits will be. So this is the technology developed, and it is very popular among in India, MAT technique. So the mature males will be attractive, and the in our like IAHR, the bottle trap technology is available. It will be very less cost. Even the government subsidies and freely they are supplying to the farmers through training programs. And through the using these traps, they are controlling nearly 70% of fruit fly population. If it is more than that, also they are recommending the bait trap applications. So these are the traps like IAHR is recommending. It is very simple. You can see the wooden block where the pheromones are there, which will attract all type of male fruit flies. So it will be very close and even eco-friendly, no harm to any like pollinators or any beneficial insects. It won't attract. It will attract only the fruit flies. So it is very species specific. So we can recommend like integrated pest management also. For going with the traps, especially in mango cultivation, farmers is used 7 traps per acre. Means what he got after using the traps, the net income is nearly 1 lakh. You can see, even without the traps, because of this loss, heavy infestation, he has achieved only the 63,000. Like if the farmer is spending 1 rupee, means 3 rupee, the benefit is there. With the traps, he is spending 1 rupee, nearly 5 rupees benefit is there. So this is the cost benefit ratio. So for how much the traps they are using, that much definitely they will get the benefit. Another one is same like cooker bit. That is for the fruits like mango, guava, papaya, apple, like cherry, even plums, orange, all the things we can recommend. This fruit fly trap is specific for Bactocera cucurbitae. We can recommend gherkin population like cultivation, because so much gherkins are exported from India to abroad. But what is the drawback in that? They, before supplying these fruits to the export, they will go for the QC check, like a quarantine control mission. So they will check even a one fruit is like one gherkin is affected by the fruit fly. If they come to know, the entire batch, the entire container is rejected. So very crucial, because this is the severe quarantine pest. So here also 5 traps per hectare along with the bait application a farmer is going, means definitely he is getting very good profit. So this is the another. So using the pheromone trap, we can control the mango fruit flies, even the other type of species like carrier, zonata, correcta. These are all the 4 are coming for the. And another one is cucurbitae. The another one we control the vegetable fruit flies. This is the one of the simple technique. We can use the traps and reduce chemical. We can increase the quality of the fruits. Thereby you can go for the. So this using this type of pheromone trap, this is like a sex pheromone trap. You can attract the male fruit flies. Thereby we can control the fruit fly infestation. So another one is sucking pest. The sucking pest means what is this? Sucking, the name itself will give a one type of meaning, like it will suck the plant sap. So these are which will present below the surface of the leaves or on the stem near regions. It will suck the sap. So thereby the plant will lose all type of sap, means definitely the chlorosis, yellowing, all the discoloration will come. Followed by that, it will act as a vector. So the another one, like how the mosquitoes, it is sucking the blood and it is transferring the dengue virus like that. This type of vectors also will suck the plant sap as well as it will transfer the virus. Like papaya leaf spot, taspo virus in like tomato, like this type of viruses, once the plant is infected, means it is very difficult. Plant cannot come into the healthier one. So almost the plant damage is here near the 90%. So at the earliest stage itself, we are controlling the sucking pest, means you are very healthy with enriched immunity. You can make the plants to be fight against the diseases. So here thrips, under the sucking pest scenario, what all the pest will come means thrips, aphids, whiteflies, jassids, mealybugs, mites, and leaf hoppers. These are the small soft body insects, but it will be very dangerous, which will transmit the virus diseases. So you can see, especially the whiteflies. Here the four important whiteflies are nearly more than 150 species are available all over the world. But you can see the major one is Bemisia, Trialurosus, and Alurodicus species. These will be very, very crucial to the plants, which you can see on the leaves. It is sucking and almost transfer the virus. And another thing is aphids. These also very major pest which is present on the plant and nearby the leaf midribs also you can able to see. And thrips is the another important serious pest, especially AP last year. Nearly 70 to 80% chili crops is completely affected by this type of thrips population. But what is the major thing means they are insects, but they have very good resistant strategy mechanism. What type of chemicals if we are saying they can able to escape because their body is developed against the resistant. So farmers, they are going with 2 chemical, 3 chemical combinations. Even the first week, the population will come down, but another second week, again, they are rebuilding their stages. So it is very difficult to control nowadays the farmers, how many indirectly the spray applications, they are increasing, their cost of cultivation also increasing. And here we can see the pesticidal residues will be very more, whatever we are consuming the vegetables. Finally, we are getting like dreadful diseases like cancer. So what is the major, like botanically, if you're going like Dr. Rajinikanth sir already told, so many botanicals like neem-based botanicals are there, followed by like biopesticides like Verticillium lecane, which will control very good like pesticides, which will control the soft body insects, followed by Bavaria and Metarhizium. So along with the spray, we have to trap the adult. You can see the first, second, and third instar. These 4 instars are very crucial, which will be present on the leaves only because it is very, very small, and even the wings are very malformed. But adults will be very, very, the wings will be very, very much built. Okay, it was completely developed. So it can able to travel nearby like 100-meter distance also. So here, if you trap the adults means nearly one single adult of female will catch nearly 300 eggs. So 300 nymph populations you can able to protect. So here, by capturing the adults and giving the spray, you can give, like by capturing the adults, use traps. For giving the spray, you can reduce the egg and nymphal populations. This is called integrated pest management. So you have to recommend the farmers use traps along with the sprays, like using botanicals and biopesticides will give nearly 90% control. So this is the current technology in India. They are using yellow sticky traps, and they are along with the yellow sticky trap, they are using like natural predators, like releasing the laying larvae, which will parasite all the necks and eggs, nymphs, and pupal populations of the sucking pest. Followed by organic pesticides, what I told, the Verticillium based, Pongamia based, and other horticultural effect based oils like clove oils, cinnamon oils based. So many products are now available in the market, which will give very good control against this nymph strains. So you can go for fast acting, even the botanical insecticides. So along with this combination, you can monitor the adult flies of thrips, aphids, and even some of the jassids, leaf miners. Thereby, you can control the population, and it will be very good for IPM-based pest strategies. So here, I want to tell, generally, you can see the yellow sticky traps will be available in the market, but recently, they have found some of the semiochemicals which was extracted from the plant leaves. Okay, so this will smell like a plant, favorable host, thereby the like adults will smell some favorable plants or host nearby, so it will come out of the plants and it is attracted towards the trap. So this is the specialty of the lure. So here the trap with the lure give more attraction. So you can see yellow sticky traps, mostly they are recommending for this white flies and jacids and some of the leaf miners and all, they are using yellow sticky traps and even aphids. And blue sticky traps also they are using for thrips especially and some of the leaf miners. So both the combination if you are using means along with the lure, specific lure if you are going means definitely you will get more catches and nearly 80% of the population is controlled. So and these are the major thing we can think about the sucking pest. The another one is even under the sucking pest, you can see the tuta absoluta. This is nowadays you can see the tomato is having heavily infestation is there because of tuta absoluta. This tuta is a severe problem in abroad, African and European countries. It was highly reported. In India also it become very serious pest. It not only affects the leaves, you can see even the fruits also highly infested by the tuta absoluta. So much the chemical they are spraying also because it is present inside the leaf. It is escaping from the chemical application and still it is surviving. So nowadays, like government, IIHR, like central government, ICR, they are recommending traps like pheromone traps, which will attract the tuta absoluta. So here we can use both type of traps, like sticky trap with attractive, or you can see the water plant trap filled with the soap water along with the attractant. It will like all the flies will get attracted and it will fall on the water, it will dry, drone and die. So this is the mechanism of the attraction, and thereby we are controlling the population. And here you can see the trap catches of the tuta. So we can recommend this type of trap catches from the vegetative stage. So we have to ask the farmers to implement the trap from the vegetative stage till to harvesting stage itself. We can recommend means definitely they will get very good because application of trap is very, very important. During the harvesting or during the fruiting time, they are keeping the traps means give only some 20 to 30% effectivity of control. From starting stage itself, they are maintaining the trap means thereby they can control the population nearly 60%. Along with the cover spray, if you are recommending means nearly 80 to 90% we can able to control. So these are the sucking pest category. Followed by, I want to give us chewing pest, like it has a sharp mandibles. So here the pheromone is like a aggregation pheromone. In fly, we have discussed about the sex pheromone, but in this aggregation pheromone, we can able to attract both the male and female. This rhino beetle is very severe in like Indonesia and the Southeast Asian countries. Those who are going for coconut and palm cultivation, date palms, even South UAE, South Arabian regions also. This palm is very, very important. Dates also important. There, red palm weevil is severe pest, and nearly 5 years trees are completely affected by this type of pest. So controlling the pest is very difficult. It will affect, and you can see the damages like the V-shaped cut here and all. You can able to see the leaves. It is a rhino beetle population. So this is one type of bucket type of traps which is available in the market. So here the recommendation is very less. Only 1 to 2 traps we can recommend. We can able to catch us near more male and female. Along with the traps, we have to maintain the sanitary of the field. Another thing is the aggregation pheromone is very, very species specific. It will attract only the rhino beetles. Followed by this red palm weevil. This is the another crucial stage. Like these insects will be present inside the bark. So whatever the chemical applications, whatever the botanical, whatever you are giving also, outside only we can able to give. Some of the scientists nearly they are now giving some injection mechanism. Whatever the injection mechanism we are giving also, it won't give very good control. If you are giving integrated pest management, if you are implementing the traps along with this type of chemical root feeding or injection mechanism, definitely you will get 90% control, because we are trapping the adults, and using the injection or root feeding method, we can reduce this type of grub, inside the young stages will be there, and we can able to kill. So the integrated method will be very, very effective. We can recommend the farmers here the using of traps. Thereby, we can recommend the farmers to reduce the spray application of the chemical pesticides, and thereby we can safeguard our healthy plants, and thereby you can reduce the cost of the cultivation. So these are the major aspects where the pheromone traps plays a role. So I want to conclude this pheromone based trap using one rhino trap. Here also you can use only 1 or 2 traps based on the population. Here so many red palm weevils are there, so we can able to trap easily. So pheromone based traps, either it is aggregation pheromone or sex pheromone or semiochemicals, which is extracted from the plants, will give a friendlier way to control the pest without disturbing any environment. So we cannot, here we are not disturbing any beneficial insects also. So we are very much eco-friendly, and we are helping the farmers to go with organic farming in the way of integrated pest management strategy. Thank you. And if any questions, we can able to discuss more.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the 3 presenters. We have KhetiValah Test Lab, and we have 3 saplings in memory of the presenters. When we meet you, we will give you in the growth stage and also other mementos. So can I have other 2 speakers also put your cameras on? These are all for you, and I wish teleportation happens, that it will reach you. So we wish the technology, or I could send a drone in future to your rooftop so that you can pick it up. So wonderful. And then I'll just check, there are some questions. If there are any questions, audience, please, thanks for your patience. We little bit overshot on the time, but if there are questions from audience, like I see Bhavya, Hiranya, others, just speak up, it's for you. And others like Sharat, Saujanya, Shafas, a Telugu teacher in Kukatpilli. So anybody, you have any questions, please ask, and we are just focused on you. Our entire task is to make sure some of your questions are clarified this evening.
Sir, with your permission, just I would like to speak some 2 minutes, because when I presented, there was so much network problem.
Yeah. Please.
So,
yes, continue.
So these biopesticides, but these biopesticides does the wonderful job. So biopesticides, definitely it is a part of organic farming. So it is so-called natural farming. These biopesticides can be adopted by the farmers in big way, so that only we can able to achieve at least some 20 to 25% for coming days, at least some by another 10 years, because now is about 10 to 12% of organic farming cultivation is going on in India right now. So it has to reach at least some 25% means. So the awareness program, which is trying by KhetiValah groups, so they have to take it forward in this way. And most of the farmers, they have to adopt the technologies, which is all biopesticides, biofertilizers, and organic inputs, and organic manure. So whatever they are applying, not only just putting in the water and applying, it is not the way. They have to go with the mixtures of organic manures like vermicompost, farmyard manure, farmyard like cow dung, and enrich the biopesticides. What is the beauty of these biopesticides? We can multiply. Farmers, they can able to multiply their biopesticides in their own farm and they can apply. So one, it is not much cost, about 300 to 350 rupees, but farmer able to make it 1 kg to 110 kg maximum, because when we are applying this into farm manure, so it is multiplying. One organism becomes 10, 10 becomes 100, 100 becomes 1000. So this is a very cheap and best quality means practices which can be adopted by the farmers. And again and again, they can charge this. This is only like our mobiles. When we are batteries come down, then we are charging. Like this, a farmer, they can able to produce their own biopesticides, their own biofertilizer in their own farm. So it is a very less effective, like cost effective. So they can reduce their chemical inputs and they have to increase all these organic inputs. So this is my small brief. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to thank all the three speakers, and they've given tremendous inputs and a lot of time they took to explain us. And I think all our discussion, the end farmers should be able to grasp by converting all these discussions into easily understandable format. That's where KhetiValah can do by way of publishing in the magazine. We will come back to you again for some live discussions, not the online, but we can maybe face-to-face, offline too. I read a question like, how can we give biofertilizers awareness to village farmers, and why do they prefer chemical fertilizers? Question from Saujanya Podakanti. Please answer any one of the speakers, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So biofertilizers, Saujanya madam. Yes. So biofertilizers, your question, you are asking about biofertilizers, whether why they are farmer practicing this chemical fertilizer applications, or how they are going to apply these biofertilizers.
Just I would like to know, sir, why do they prefer chemical fertilizers besides this biofertilizers? Why don't they prefer only biofertilizers so that they will, use only biofertilizers? Why not?
Yeah. Yes, madam. So these biofertilizers means actually most of the farmers, they don't know the difference between biofertilizers and chemical fertilizers. It is a year and year, like we are taking after this freedom, which I told, right? Organic farming and organic, this green revolution completed, we started using all chemical fertilizers. So urea, potash, and this phosphorus, we habited. All we are habited, it is there in our genes, because all these fertilizers giving a wonderful yield. So that we are trying to do, that giving awareness. Slowly we are creating all this training program we are conducting and controlling this usage of fertilizers, so that we can able to make it less. But farmers, we have to educate. That's what this KhetiValah and others, they are conducting. And Dr. Arthi also would like to give some answer. Please, Dr. Arthi.
Sir, I want to give some a small bit in this. Chemical fertilizers, what you want to tell means we are taking a complex food, when we are taking the complex food, we are engulfing how it, carbohydrates, starch is converted into the carbohydrates, like protein is converted into amino acid. Like that, the biofertilizers will work the complex substance of the chemicals, urea or whatever which is present in the soil, it will be converted into the simpler one. So you can recommend the farmers, even they go for the chemical fertilizers also, they can use along with the chemical fertilizer. This bio they are using means the simpler form it will be converted. Their plant will be absorbed very easily. So nowadays everybody are going with, like in our present company, they are giving one granular form. which is already people are going in the like potash, all the things in the granular form they are using. But here we are coating the biofertilizers into the potash. Thereby the biofertilizer, the potash is converted into the simpler one, and it will be easily dissolved in the water. Thereby the plants can be able to suck. So we can recommend the farmers, if you are going to chemical fertilizers, you can go along a combination of biofertilizer will work one, taking the plant into the easier way. This is the one we have to make the farmers to get knowledge about the biofertilizers.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ati. Yeah, yes, madam. This is the answer. Actually, about 40 to 50% chemical fertilizers we can reduce by application of fertilizers. But most of the farmers, they want to see immediate results. That's what we adopted all these. So by conducting training programs, awareness programs, we have to feed the farmers again and again so they can reduce the chemical fertilizer, because 100% we cannot avoid, because immediately results we have seen, and we have to adopt this technology. We have to change means it will happen. So till now, whatever has happened, we can only replace about 40 to 50% of these fertilizers with our biofertilizers. So this is the solution. Only thing that farmers, they are not aware of that. We have to create awareness. That is the solution, man.
I would like to once again take this opportunity to thank every attendee and all the speakers. And yes, in fact, culturally, we have been using pesticides a lot. And so I think the habituated to use pesticides, even though alternatives exist, awareness programs like this will help us to promulgate this new thinking to the farmers so that they become more intelligent and they do more precision farming. So I co-authored a book chapter on precision farming. After listening to learned scholars today, I would like to work further on these areas and then contribute further to enhance the cause of helping the farmer. Thank you all very much wholeheartedly. Despite a lot of problems of the connectivity or something which is unavoidable, we have done our job in conveying the message to everyone. Thanks for sparing the time, and we will see you all once again in another dialogue session.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.